welcome back to Mexico Daily Review. I'm Ana Salazar, and joining us here in our studios is Benito Nasif. He is a commissioner at the Federal Elections Commission here in Mexico, and he's been joining us throughout the months, trying to explain this whole process. And, well, the day's here. We're finally here. It's just, it's almost over. We will be hearing from the Federal Electoral Commission in, at 8:15, I believe, in the evening, at least in 10 minutes. The initial announcement, and then the big, I guess it's building up this expectation for the press conference that will be taking place at 11:45 in the evening, where the commission will be giving the initial quick count, which is supposed to be a reliable analysis, or a reliable number, reliable enough that it pretty much would confirm who's Mexico's next president. Is that right?
Well, yes, but before that, we will see how major pollsters in this country and TV stations will announce their exit polls.
Right.
And depending on how wide the margin is we will know with exit polls who is the likely winner of this election. Probably, if the announcement at 11:45 will not be that relevant.
No, well, it won't differ. Well, it is relevant.
It is relevant.
You know what? It's because considering what happened 6 years ago, that the Federal Elections Commission was unable to give us that number. They were unable to tell us at 11:45 who was the Mexico's president, because it was too close to call. I mean, it is very important. By the way, I have to warn you all, if you hear screaming outside, yes, we are at the Federal Electoral Institute. We're not in Hollywood, but actor Gael Garcia is right in front of with one of our colleagues giving a radio interview, and I have to believe he's the most popular person right now. Everybody, all these women are screaming at him, and no, it's not a commissioner. It's Gael Garcia, who's at the Federal Electoral Institute, commenting on the elections. I'm not too sure what he's saying, but he's commenting on the elections.
He's no presidential candidate either. It's Gael Garcia.
It's Gael Garcia, and I'm not too sure that any presidential candidate would have as many people screaming as we have right now, right in front of our studio. So if you can't hear what we're saying, please blame.
Especially if we talk about the ladies.
Yeah, what?
Especially if we talk about the ladies.
Yeah, they're a little crazy right now. Yeah. And it's cold outside, and they're all kind of taking their coats off, and they're just very happy to see Gael. What to expect this following week? What do you expect is going to happen?
Well, I think tonight is very important. Because the most likely scenario is we will learn in the following hours who is going to be the next president of this country. And if the margin is sufficiently wide, then what follows will be less important or less relevant, because it will be only a confirmation of what we already know. The difference between with respect to 2006 is that exit polls were silent. They only said this is too close to call. Even the quick counts ordered by major news media didn't call the winner.
Right.
And even if they remained silent, basically because the election was the electoral result was so narrow, they weren't able to announce what the quick count produced. So now it could be, for a situation like that to repeat again.
It's almost unthinkable.
Yeah.
And it sure wouldn't be healthy if it happened again. But it looks like that we'll have to wait and see what happens. But no one is expecting this to be a close call.
According to the polls that were published on Wednesday, which was the last day before election day that they were allowed to be published, this is not going to be a close election.
We're talking to Benito Nasif. He is a commissioner at the Federal Elections Commission. He's been joining us throughout the years on Imagen News, my daily radio show here in Mexico City. One last question. what will happen with the legal aspects of this process? I mean, if there's complaints in terms of the behavior of some of the actors, there's already some complaints that have come up in the last hour because the president of the PRD or the representative of the PRD came out and made some comments in regards to some of the elections in some of the states, and in fact kind of assuming certain results in regards to the presidential election, which appears to be a violation of the federal electoral law. But what happens now with these types of situations?
Yeah, well, we have to process these complaints according to what the electoral legislation disposes. But let me tell you that electoral complaints is like a national sport. The degree of litigation that we have in this country concerning elections and campaigns, it's astronomical. I think we need to go back to it and very carefully revise
this law.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion as to what to do with this law, because it is a new law. It was passed in 2007, and this was, well, the first major election where well, there was 2009, but this was really the big test for this legislation. I imagine there's going to be some suggestions as to how to reform this law.
Yeah, just to mention one little aspect. In 2007, a special procedure was introduced to speed up the resolution of these complaints. In addition to the ordinary procedure.
Right.
Well, the special procedure is now the ordinary procedure, because nobody uses the ordinary procedure anymore. So we have to solve these complaints in very, very limited span of time, and it is complicated and introduces a lot of uncertainty in the process.
Well, I know you're going to be still very busy for probably a lot the next couple of weeks, but especially right now, because there is going to be an announcement made by the head commissioner of the Federal Elections Commission.
It's already on TV now.
It's already on TV now. Well, you better go. Don't lose that. Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us here at Mexico Daily Review. I'm Ana Maria Salazar. Please join us in our next edition. Bye-bye.